You know what keeps me up at night, Sophies? It's this terrifying feeling that I'm just stagnating. I look at LinkedIn and everyone is 10xing their revenue, scaling their teams, aiming for that unicorn status. And here I am, just trying to clear my inbox before noon. It feels like if you aren't growing, you're dying. That is the rule of the jungle, right?
Oh, Sam, you sound like a textbook victim of the hedonic treadmill. Take a breath. Seriously, that anxiety you're feeling, that is clever marketing designed to make you feel inadequate. But let me ask you this. Why is more always the default setting for better?
Because, well, that's how capitalism works. You grow, you hire, you dominate, you buy a boat. If I start a lemonade stand, the goal is to become Minute Maid, not to just stand on the corner squeezing lemons until I'm 80. Who wants to stay small? That sounds like giving up.
And that right there is the cognitive trap we are going to dismantle today. We are talking about Paul Jarvis's Company of One. And let me tell you, Sam, this book is going to punch your hustle culture ego right in the face. It's not about giving up. It's about questioning the very assumption that growth is the primary indicator of success. What if staying small is actually the ultimate power move?
Okay, I'm listening, but I'm skeptical. A company of one sounds lonely, and frankly, a little bit precarious. It sounds like a fancy way of saying freelancer who can't land big clients. Are you telling me Paul Jarvis wants us all to be hermits?
Not at all. And this is where people get it wrong. A company of one isn't a headcount, it's a mindset. You can be a company of one within a massive corporation like Google. It's about questioning growth. It's about asking, does adding more customers, more staff, or more infrastructure actually make my life better, or does it just add complexity? Jarvis argues that business isn't a shark that needs to keep moving or it dies. That's a biological fallacy.
Wait, hang on. If I stop growing, won't my competitors just crush me? If I'm not expanding, I'm just existing. And in this economy, just existing feels like standing on a train track waiting for the locomotive.
See, that's the fear talking. Let's look at the data. Most businesses fail because they scale too fast. They chase revenue without checking their profit margins or their sanity. They bloat. Think about it, Sam. Have you ever had a project where you brought in more people to help, and suddenly you spent 80% of your time managing them instead of doing the work you actually love?
Don't remind me. Last year I tried to launch that little side hustle, remember? The podcast editing service? I hired 2 interns because I thought, hey, I need to scale. I spent 3 months correcting their emails and fixing their audio levels. I was working double the hours for half the money. It was a nightmare. I eventually fired everyone and went back to doing it myself.
Bingo! That is the growth paradox. You scaled up complexity and scaled down your freedom. Jarvis's whole point is that we need to define our own enough. In psychology, we talk about the set point of happiness. We think doubling our income will double our happiness, but it rarely does. It usually just doubles our headaches. A company of one optimizes for autonomy, not just revenue. It's about resilience. If you are small, you can pivot. You are a speedboat, Sam. Why are you trying to become the Titanic?
Okay, the speedboat analogy I like. But let's get real for a second. Autonomy doesn't pay the rent. If I decide to stay small, how do I not stagnate financially? I mean, I like nice things, Sophie. I'm not trying to take a vow of poverty here.
Who said anything about poverty? This is the shift moment. Staying small often means higher profit margins. When you aren't feeding a massive overhead, dragging around middle management, and paying for a fancy downtown office to impress clients who don't care, you keep more of what you make. You focus on being better, not bigger. You charge a premium because you are the expert and you are accessible. You aren't passing the client off to a junior account manager.
That's a fair point. I hate it when I hire an agency because of the CEO's reputation, and then I get stuck with some kid fresh out of college handling my account. So the strategy is basically become so good they can't ignore you, and then charge whatever you want.
Exactly. It's about the minimum viable profit. What do you actually need to live the life you want? Once you hit that, you don't use the surplus to hire more people to do more work. You use the surplus to buy back your time. Or you turn down the nightmare clients. You have the power to say no. That is the ultimate luxury.
Being able to say no to a bad client, that is the dream. But it feels so counterintuitive. We are wired to hoard resources. If a client waves money at me, my lizard brain goes, "Take it, winter is coming." How do you fight that instinct?
You fight it with systems and boundaries. This isn't just theory, it's about execution. Jarvis talks about building systems that allow you to scale yourself without scaling your hours. Automation, better processes, tighter niche. Instead of trying to serve everyone, you serve a tiny group of people incredibly well. You become a niche monopoly.
Okay, so let's land this plane. Say I'm sold. I want to stop chasing the unicorn and start being a really robust pony. Where do I start? Because right now, my calendar is a disaster and I feel guilty every time I'm not hustling.
First, stop calling yourself a pony. Second, here is your action plan. Start with an audit. Look at your business or your career and ask, what creates the most stress? Usually, it's the things you added for the sake of growth.
Meetings, it's definitely meetings, and managing expectations.
Right? So the company of one approach would be, how can I eliminate those meetings through better upfront communication or automation? And then define your upper bound. This is crucial. We always set lower limits. I need to make at least $50,000, but we never set upper limits. Pick a number where if you hit it, you stop selling, you stop marketing, you just service the existing customers and go enjoy your life.
Wait, stop selling? That sounds illegal.
Sounds illegal because you are brainwashed by the cult of more. If you have enough money and enough time, why are you chasing more? To impress strangers on the internet?
Ouch. Okay, you didn't have to attack me personally like that. But I get it. It's about the difference between building a business and building a job for yourself that you can't quit.
Precisely. Paul Jarvis mentions that if your business depends on you working 80 hours a week to survive, you don't own a business. You own a very stressful, low-paying job. A company of one uses technology to duplicate your efforts, not your time.
It's a lot to process. It basically flips the script on everything I learned in business school. They taught us grow or die, and you're saying stay small and live.
Grow or die is for sustainability, sanity, and freedom. We are aiming for sustainability and freedom. Isn't that why we started working in the first place?
Yeah, it is. I think I need to go cancel some meetings and maybe fire a client or two. I feel lighter already.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Sam.
Welcome to subscribe to our channel, Book Journey. See you next time. Bye.